Chapter 6. Alternate Resolutions.
Hi, I'm looking for an Ivysaur.
Beat it, kid. I'm only trading for a Tropius. I didn't even know what a Tropius was.
Hello. I saw your ad on the television for your Ivysaur.
Oh, I'm so sorry, but I already sold him. It had been out of my price range anyway.
So, you're a breeder? Have any Bulbasaur or Ivysaur?
I don't deal with Evos, but I don't got a Bulba either. Sorry. I didn't want one from you anyway. I was worried it would have caught your accent.
What do you want for your Ivysaur? I can trade.
I doubt you'd have what I'm looking for. Sorry, newbie. I didn't want to deal with elitists either. Still, as the week wore on, I was coming nearer and nearer to an irrevocable truth. I would not be getting an Ivysaur so easily. Even after I had lowered my standards to accept Bulbasaur, every offer I made was flatly refused. Since I was in the city, too, it meant that I wasn't battling. My money was dwindling with every meal ingested. I doubted I could even get a Budew egg for what change was left in my pockets. Spirits trailing in the dirt behind me, I made my way slowly back to the Pokemon Center. If I hadn't gotten a free room there, I probably would have been broke long ago. There was that small thing to be thankful for. I didn't have it in me to go out, battle more, and come back with money just to be denied again. I knew I didn't have the courage for that, and I only had enough money for another day or so of food. Plus, the Pokemon Center's free room deal only lasted a week. I would be booted out tomorrow night regardless of how much money I had. I hadn't even let Des out at all that day. I was too down in the dumps, and I didn't need to be trying to figure out his dull expressions and moods. Plus, I doubted he would have helped much. I might have been able to get a trade offer with him, but regardless of how bland and emotionless he was, I would never, ever trade him away. Without Pedestal, needing a grass Pokemon was a moot point anyway. Hey, you look pretty sad there. I looked up at the voice. It was a man sitting cross-legged in front of a cardboard box, dressed in the most bizarre getup I had ever seen. It was all bright colors and patches, it seemed, underneath an old lab coat. He grinned at me. I tried to grin back, but I must have failed pretty badly, because his own smile faltered and finally fell. Ouch. Have a bad day?
To say the least.
I know what would make you feel better. Oh, really? To say I didn't believe him would be an understatement. A big understatement. I might be one to get my hopes up about Pokemon, but I had no illusions about humans, and I was not naive.
Unless you have an Ivysaur under that cape of yours.
Nope, I don't deal with Kanto Pokemon. They're too nasty and high-strung. How about a Sinnoh Pokemon? I can guarantee you it was caught here.
No thanks. I'm broke anyway.
Come on, kid. Turn that frown upside down. I set my backpack down and then stood on my hands for him.
Happy now?
I asked just before I wobbled and fell. I'm not the one who needs to get happy, he replied, though I could hear the smile in his voice. You are. You said something about an Ivysaur. Why do you want one of those? They're not a dime a dozen in these parts.
I need an awesome grass Pokemon for my team. I have a Numel, so he's really, really weak to water attacks, and a grass Pokemon would not be weak against them. I got up again, dusting myself off, trying hard not to wince. There, I had just earned another bruise or two. Pretty soon I would be one giant bruise. If you want a grass Pokemon, I have just the thing. No thanks.
But look, it's amazing! Before I could stop him or protest, he had tossed a Pokeball out in front of him. A small, squat, ugly green thing with the nastiest scowl I'd ever seen appeared. I backed up a couple of steps. It looked that ferocious. See? Fresh caught and on Sinnoh land, too. Not some elitist Kanto starter.
It's...
What would be a good word to describe the nasty little thing sitting on that box? Ugly? No, if given a bath and if it smiled, maybe it would have been another cute, useless little grass Pokemon. Mean? To say the least.
It looks a little scary.
Aw, haven't you ever seen a Shroomish before? They all look like this. There was a whole species of Pokemon that looked that malicious? I backed up another few steps in case it had some sort of disease with its I'm going to bite you soon look.
No, I haven't.
If it came down to it, I could always release Des and have him roasted in case it tried to attack. Well, I can guarantee you that my Carlita is the nicest, cutest, most well-behaved Shroomish in all of Sinnoh. She's even talented. Watch. Carlita, dance, sweetie. I wasn't sure whether to laugh or run screaming at that point. Suddenly, the shroomish turned back to me and did something that could have been a bow. As it raised its, her, face back up, the scowl had transformed into the brightest, most cheery smile I'd ever seen on a Pokemon. I was approaching terrified at that point. She then hopped on one stubby little paw 3 jumps to the left and then another 3 back right. She twirled, at least the little leaves on her seemed like a skirt, and then did a flip to complete the dance number. Well, how do you like Carlita? Carlita now had the silent snarl back on her face, glowering at me, daring me to reply. I instinctively grabbed Pedestal's Pokeball, holding it in front of me like a shield. Then, the most horrible thing yet happened. This was more horrible than getting a Numel as a starter a year late, or losing so horribly to that Psyduck, or even wasting a week trying to find an Ivysaur. The man returned Carlita with one hand back into her Pokeball, and then reached forward to pluck Dez's Pokeball from my hands. A trade? I'm down with that. A Numel, huh? Good trade. Thanks, kid.